Good morning. We will begin in 1 minute. Welcome to today's meditation. My name is Anne Ahokangas, and I invite you to join with me in this meditation on awakening and affirmations. So get yourself comfortable and close your eyes softly. Relax your shoulders. Just feel yourself melting into the spot that you're in. And let's begin by asking a few questions. Where in my physical life can I surrender a little more? Where can I let go of my attachment? And now ask, in my emotions, in my emotional world, where could I surrender just a little bit more? Where could I allow? And now drifting slowly into the material world. Where in my material world could I surrender just a bit? And now opening up to receiving. Open your hands as opposed to closing them. Now let's focus on the realm of relationships. Where could I surrender just a bit more? Where could I allow? Where could I release, imposing my will? Which relationships could I let go of? And which relationships could I open my heart to just a bit more? And now bring your awareness to your spiritual life, on your purpose, on your connection and ask, where could I surrender just a bit more? Regarding my connection to Spirit, to Source, to the Divine, to the All that is. Where could I trust? Where could I trust the universe in my life just a little bit more? How can I trust that this moment is perfect? Breathing in, knowing that you are exactly where you're supposed to be right now. That the physical world, the emotional world, the material world, the relationship world, and the spiritual world will benefit and do benefit from a little bit more. So accepting that you are here in this precious, sacred moment, bringing only what you can bring. So allow the universe to unfold with grace and ease, rather than forcing your solution or your point of view. So taking a deep breath, give yourself permission today, right now, to allow these words to be the truth of your being. Join with me in the I am. I know that asking for help is a sign of self-respect and self-awareness. I know that changing my mind is a strength, not a weakness. Every decision I make is supported by my whole and complete self. I affirm and encourage others as I do myself. I alone hold the truth of who I am. I am allowed to ask for what I want and what I need. I easily ask for what I want and what I need. I am allowed to feel good. I feel good now. I easily balance everything in my life. I am complete as I am, and others support me in being who I am. I am content and release all pain. I do the work that works for me. I am good and getting better every minute. I continue to grow and evolve, and I am going at my own pace. I am held and supported by those who love me. I am in charge of how I feel, and I choose to feel happy. I am listening and open to the messages that Source within has to offer today. I am loved and worthy. I am more than my circumstances, I am open to healing. Within me is all I require to fully heal. I am optimistic, for today is a new day. I am peaceful and whole. I am enough, just as I am, and I deserve all the best life has to offer. Responsibility begins with me. I am safe and surrounded by love and support. I am still learning, so it's okay to make mistakes. I am understood, and my perspective is important. I am valued and helpful. I am well rested and excited for the day. I am worthy, so I invest in myself. I belong here, and I deserve to take up space. I breathe in healing and exhale the painful things that weigh heavily on my heart. I feel free and light. I breathe in trust. I exhale doubt. I am soft in my heart and firm in my boundaries. I choose to control how I respond. I celebrate the good qualities in others and myself. I am a reflection, and life is a reflection of me. I deserve an affirming touch on my own terms. I deserve information, and I deserve moments of silence too. I deserve self-respect and a clean space. As love, I do things in love. There is always help for me. I easily am exactly who I am. I go easily through life and honor the stillness at times. I embrace change and rise to the new opportunity it presents. I embrace the questions in my mind and welcome the answers in my heart in their own time. I grow in my interests, attracted to what makes my heart sing. I have come farther than I could have ever thought possible, and I continue to expand in the most amazing ways. I have everything I require to succeed. I hold community for others and am held in community by others. I have a wisdom beyond knowledge at the core of my being. As I invite abundance, My heart expands in generosity. I invite more art and music into my life. I make room for my life to be more spontaneous. I let go of things that no longer serve me. I make peace with things that are not mine. I look forward to tomorrow and the opportunities. I love that I love what I love. I make decisions based on a good gut feeling. I make changes based on a growing heart. I make time to experience grief and sadness when necessary. I nourish myself with kind words and joyful foods. I practice gratitude for all that I have and all that is yet to come. I release the fears that do not serve me. I respect the cycles of life. I seek out the mystery and wonder in the ordinary. I tell the truth about who I am and what I require from others. I welcome the wisdom that comes from growing older. I welcome what is. I welcome what comes. I allow myself to evolve. Letting go creates space for opportunities to come. I release what no longer serves me. My body is beautiful. My body is worthy of being cared for. My feelings deserve to be felt. My heart is open to helpfulness from myself and others. My heart is my guide. My life is easy and comfortable. My perspective is unique and important. My pleasure is unique to me. My sensitivity is beautiful, and my feelings and emotions are valid and important. My weirdness is wonderful. Saying no is an act of self-affirmation. Sometimes the work I need is to rest. I remember that growth can be stillness. There is peace in changing my mind when it is done in love. I see the beauty in everything. So today I look for the beauty. There is always room for me at the table. There is something in this world that only I can do. This is why I am here. There is strength in quiet, and there can be vulnerability in being loud. Today I celebrate that I am younger than I'm ever going to be. Today is an opportunity to grow and learn. I am infinitely brave when I focus on my reason for being. As I forgive myself, I free myself. As I release shame, I move into myself more beautifully. As I ground myself and root myself into the earth rises up to support me. When I speak my needs, when I ask, I receive abundantly. As I talk to myself as I would a friend, I see all my best qualities, and I allow myself to shine. Words may shape my life, but they don't make me who I am. I am who I am already. And as I breathe into these truths, with a grateful heart I let go and let it be so. Please join with me in affirming, and so it is.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to Unity Spiritual Center of Hamilton. Welcome to everybody who's here with us online this morning. We are so happy that you are taking the time to join us. And so we begin. I am Marcia Daly, and I will be your presider for today. 10% of everything we receive goes out to bless our community. And in this quarter, we are blessing Hamilton Food Share and Unity Canada. So let's begin with the abundance prayer, written by Deb Chamberlain and Robert Wynn and sung for us by our very own Emilio.
Okay, here we go. Thank you. Okay, good. Thank you. May God's spark within shine its light. May the flame of love burn so bright that the whole world can see our true reality is the awesome abundance of life. I know a place that's quiet, where stillness fills the air, where darkness disappears into the light that's everywhere. I go there in the morning and linger through the day. It gives me as I pray. May God's spark within shine its light. May the flame of love burn so bright that the whole world can see our true reality is the abundance of life. Whenever there's a moment of pain, despair, or doubt, I know that I can go within, so I may flow without. And in that sweet surrender, I open up my heart to all the good that waits for me, that this world can impart. May God's spark within shine its light. May the flame of love burn so bright that the whole world can see our true reality is the awesome abundance of life. The peaceful abundance, the promised abundance, the perfect abundance of life. Breaking abundance, amazing abundance, astounding abundance of life. Make a spark within, shine its light. May the flame of love burn so bright that the whole world can see our true reality. It's the awesome abundance of life. Yes, the whole world can see our true reality. It's the awesome abundance of life. The awesome abundance of life.
Our penultimate power for the year is release. And as you can see, the color is brown. And the affirmation says, as you will say it with me, I let go of what no longer serves me. I release anything and everything that no longer serves my best life. I release using my ability to let go. I release and I let go.
Hi, everyone, and for those of you online, welcome. I'm Reverend Ann Ahokangas, and join with me in this opening prayer. Close your eyes if that's comfortable, and move from the whirling thoughts going on in your mind to your heart center as I speak this in the first person. I know there is only one divine essence, one source, one spirit, and it is everything seen and unseen. It is being my life here and now. And I know that it flows through me as creative ideas, as love, as compassion, as all of the attributes that I know Spirit to be. So today I allow these attributes to guide my day, to guide my thoughts, and I easily release all that no longer serves me. So with a grateful heart, I let go and I let it be so. Please join with me in affirming. And so it is.
What if a prayer is not a plea, a desperate call with tears that fall on bended knee, but breathing out and breathing in, it's God and me that lives and breathes, my trusted friend. My life is a prayer that God is praying. My thoughts are words that God is saying. My laughter is the sound of angels playing. My life is a prayer that God is praying. What if today I had a chance to move and sway? God leads the way in my life stands. What if I knew without a doubt, no need to fear, God is right here within, without. My life is a prayer that God is praying. My thoughts are words that God is saying. My laughter is the sound of angels playing. My life is a prayer that God is praying. My life is a prayer that God is praying. My thoughts are words that God is saying. My laughter is the sound of angels playing. My life is a prayer that God is praying. My life is a prayer that God is praying. My life is a
The absolute word, written by Paul Hasselbeck, is faith, and the affirmation, I lean into my faith. In our divinity, faith is a divine idea. In our humanity, we experience it as the ability to believe and have conviction. Having faith means I have unwavering fidelity to spiritual truth in the form of divine ideas, principles, and laws. My faith keeps me steady during shifting worldly circumstances and not focused on the things of the world, but instead on the divine. I use my power of faith with strength to be steadfast during uncertainty. I use it with imagination to be inventive when met with stagnation and order to be adaptable when faced with changing circumstances. When my humanity is synchronized with my inherent divinity, I am illumined by my belief that I can use anything and everything for good. I go forth with delight in my faith being my foundation.
I've got an attitude, I've got an attitude, I've got an attitude of gratitude. I thank the universe for each new day, whether it's sunny or it's pouring rain. In any situation, time or place, my grateful heart creates a state of grace. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've got an attitude, I've got an attitude, I've got an attitude of gratitude. The darkness taught me how to praise the light. Wrongness made me hunger for what's right. Now there's not any place where I don't see heaven's blessings pouring down on me. Yeah, 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 yeah. I've got an attitude, I've got an attitude, I've got an attitude of gratitude. When Jesus fed the hungry multitude, he did it with a grateful attitude. Although it looked like there was not enough, he thanked his Father for abundant love. See, yeah, yeah, oh yeah, say yeah, say yeah, 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 yeah. I've got an attitude, I've got an attitude, I've got an attitude of gratitude. Yeah! Oh, where'd that come from? Got an attitude, I've got an attitude, I've got an attitude of gratitude. I used to cry for deliverance, said desperate please to to the heavens. But it wasn't until I gave up and got still, I could see all the gifts I've been given. Yeah. Now I've got an attitude, I've got an attitude, I've got an attitude of gratitude. I've got an attitude, I've got an attitude, I've got an attitude of gratitude. I've got an attitude of gratitude. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. I made it through the song. Thank you.
I think we can go home now. We've had our morning laugh. You know, I hope that you get the gist at home of how fun it is when Emilio starts playing around. If you've ever seen him perform anything other than a Sunday service, he is a hoot. He's just great. He was talking about how he's had such a busy week this week with all of these nursing homes that he goes to. And I said, you know, you're such a gift, because it can be a place that can be quite solemn and sad. And he brings this light and this joy everywhere he goes. So I feel blessed. Thank you, Emilio. We're accessing Spirit's limitless supply, and Emilio seems to be limitless. I think you need sleep once in a while, right? So this is from Geneviève Beyrand, The Invisible Power, Your Invisible Power. And in the newsletter, you can download the PDF because it's free. I think it was printed in 1921, so it's still relevant today. The power that brought you into existence did so for the purpose of expressing its limitless supply through you. There is no power on earth which can cut you off from your source except your own consciousness. You know, and we talk about how you get in your own way. And this is from Thomas Edison. I know this world is ruled by infinite intelligence. Everything that surrounds us, everything that exists, proves that there are infinite laws behind it. There can be no denying this fact. It is mathematical in its precision. And that's what we're going to look at today, is this idea of spiritual laws, infinite laws. So the universe is ideas, and action is the magic, and the truth doesn't change. And those are the three things that I'd like to focus on today. So how do you access ideas to serve the vision that you're holding? What kind of spiritual tools do you use to access those ideas? I find when I get quiet, when I stop doing, that those ideas come to mind. And so I invite you, if you've been really busy, and Emilio is smiling at me. I know when you stop, you just sleep. But in the stopping, in the quieter times, that's when that, what we call still small voice, can bring those ideas to you. So take some time to allow them to bubble up. Source the ideas. The first step in sourcing ideas is actually to find the right question. And my husband, Reverend Randy, is great for asking questions, because he knows that if he asks the right question, then you have an answer within you that will bubble up. And so maybe if things aren't happening for you, you're not asking the right questions. So the quality of life is determined by the quality of the questions that you ask. The first step in finding ideas is to create something called a highly calibrated question. So what does that mean? What's highly calibrated? It begins with what, how, or sometimes why, to force you to think and to reveal deeper information than from simple yes or no. And I invite you to think about that when you're getting to know someone too. Don't ask them yes or no questions. Ask them, calibrated questions that require explanation. So perhaps what might be a calibrated question for what you have going on? One of my favorite is, what's really going on here? Or how can I maneuver this in a better way? Or why is this showing up now? Because they're not yes or no answers. And perhaps it's, what's the main issue? What's the biggest challenge that I face? What happens if I fail? What position am I in if this doesn't change? And what happens if I do nothing? I've tried that. I have more questions usually. How is this worthwhile? How have I handled these issues in the past? How will this look in a year if things don't change? That question has been really good for me, because if I'm trying to ignore something, then I think, oh my goodness, if I had to go for a whole year with this, I better not ignore it. How long am I willing to wait? That's a good one. Sometimes, I don't know about you, but I get impatient. What I found, though, is I distract myself then, because if it hasn't shown up, it's going to show up. I know it will. So what will I do in the meantime? How does that affect things, making a decision? What are the ripple effects of that? So how about in romance? Who do I need to be to attract the love of my life? Money. Why do I want this? How will I feel? How will I feel? If I feel this way, does it matter how I got there? Someone said that to me when I was first making a prayer request for winning the lottery. I was desperate for money. Like, I really did not have as much coming in as was going out. And I was feeling really squeezed. And I went to my minister at the time. And I said, I'm praying to win the lottery. And she says, how will you feel? Oh, so free and happy and just great. Then she said, well, does it matter how you get there? You mean I don't have to win the lottery to get there? She said, no, you don't. What else can you do to feel that way? And when you do, then the things that you require start to show up. A good one is, why me? It doesn't have a yes or no answer, but it usually doesn't have an answer at all, does it? So action is the magic. So this is from Alice in Wonderland. Alice laughed. One can't believe impossible things. I dare say you haven't had much practice, said the Queen. When I was your age, sometimes I believed in as many as 6 impossible things before breakfast. And I think we forget, or maybe there's a kind of callousness that can happen with repeatedly not having your dreams fulfilled, or things seem to be impossible to, at a certain age, and maybe, at 50 or 60 or 40 or whatever age you're at, to say, well, I tried that, it didn't work, it's impossible, it can't be. I mentioned Jean Jefferson this morning, and she has passed now a few months. But I mean, she met the love of her life for the 3rd time in her life when she was, how old? 80, 85. There is nothing impossible. Jean was one of those people who, she lived to 96, I believe, that really showed me that it's an attitude. attitude of gratitude, like we were singing. So we must not fly in the face of the law, expecting it to do for us what it can only do through us. And this is from Your Invisible Power. And what that means by we must not fly in the face of the law, it's a bit like saying, well, if I drop this clicker, it's not going to fall because this time gravity's just not going to work. That's what flying in the face of the law is. So we need to really have our expectations, have our desires, move forward, but know how the law works, know what the limits are or the unlimited possibilities. So think of a transformational moment when you realized a new truth or gained a new level of awareness, a moment that literally changed everything for you. Did something come up? One of those big aha moments. For me, it was having been an employer from the time I was 20. And I had some people that were older than me that were working for me. And most of them were women, but not all. And this one day, this one young woman said, I have to stay home from work because my daughter is sick with a cold. And I didn't know what it was like to have children. I didn't know what it was like to have a child with a cold. And I thought to myself, and I don't think I was very kind in my words to her. She went home anyway, but I didn't understand, like, how dare you? You're working here. You have to come to work. That's your obligation. And then I had my son, and he was sick for the first time with a cold. And I remembered my really unbelievable ignorance of what it was like. That was a transformational moment for me. And I recognized that, oh my goodness, there must be so much that I don't know. You know, I was almost 30 at that point. And I thought when I was in my 20s, I knew it all, had the world by the tail. And now in my 60s, I know I don't know anything, really. I barely have scratched the surface. How about you? Yeah, yeah, we just blabber on, right? Emilio said he doesn't know anything either. So this is from Geneviève, or Geneviève, however one might say it, Beyrand from the book. I declined to be discouraged. So she was so excited with the writings of Troward. And Thomas Troward was a judge who was a judge in India, but he was also very philosophical, and he actually didn't write anything. He gave lectures, and they were transcribed, and they were the lectures of Thomas Troward. And she wanted to meet him. She wanted to study with him. And she wrote him many letters, like I would imagine maybe 50, 100, who knows, asking to study with him, most of which those letters were unanswered. And he finally responded to one of her letters, and he indicated politely that he did not take pupils. Now, can you imagine if you've written that many letters and you're determined, like, I am going to study with this guy. I'm going to meet this guy. Have you ever felt that way, where there is just something you got to do and you're going to find a way? Well, she responded to him, notwithstanding this definite decision, I decline to be discouraged. And she went on to study with him, actually. And part of the reason that she wrote this book that is available to you is because of the fact that she got deeper influence from him. So decline to be discouraged if there's something you've been working on. Because, I mean, she set a perfect example. And there are other people in our lives that have set perfect examples. And one of the things I like to remember is that if anyone in the world has accomplished that which I would like to accomplish, then I can too. And if I have that divine idea, it's because it's available to me. So if you have that divine idea, whatever it is, It's because it's available to you, somehow, some way, if you decline to be discouraged. So while your dreams are coming together, there are times when it just hasn't happened yet, because all the pieces of the puzzle have to come together. Maybe you have to have certain experiences, or maybe that house of your dreams that you're wanting to buy isn't on the market yet. Like, who knows? What area of your life right now is not yet yielded the results that you hope? Something you can think of? And if it's in pretty good shape, wow, good for you. Perhaps your relationship is not yet what you're longing for, or you haven't yet achieved the financial freedom that you desire. Where in your life right now can you practice declining to be discouraged? And let's go into the truth doesn't change. The truth does not change. We talk about the big T truth and the little t truth. No matter which way you come at truth with a big T, about God, about yourself, about how the universe works, it does not change. And the other word for truth is the laws of the universe. So you may change in your awareness of the truth and your ability to access it, but the truth is absolute. It never changes. Just like gravity, electricity. There are laws of the universe, laws of God that don't change. And when you understand them, you can work with them. So the first one is the law of correspondence. And I have little mini videos here.
The law of correspondence. This law is summarized by the famous Hermetic axiom, as above, so below, as below, so above, often attributed to the ancient text known as the Emerald Tablet of Hermes Trismegistus, encapsulates the essence of the law of correspondence. The law of correspondence posits that there is a direct relationship between the different levels of reality, the macrocosm and the microcosm. In simpler terms, the patterns and structures that exist on a large scale in the universe are reflected in smaller scales, and vice versa. This means that the same principles govern both the vast cosmos and the minute aspects of individual human experience. To understand how this law is applied, consider the parallels between the human body and the universe. Just as the universe is composed of countless stars, planets, and galaxies, the human body is made up of trillions of cells, each performing its unique function, yet contributing to the overall harmony of the whole. By observing the functioning of one system, insights can be gained into the other.
The law of correspondence. The law of attraction, a favorite one for a lot of people.
The law of attraction. This is a powerful universal principle that states that like attracts like. This means that the energy and thoughts we emit, whether positive or negative, attract corresponding experiences and outcomes into our lives. Essentially, we create our reality through our thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. A famous quote attributed to the law of attraction is from Buddha: "What you think, you become. What you feel, you attract. What you imagine, you create." This quote succinctly captures the essence of the law, emphasizing the power of our thoughts and emotions in shaping our reality. An example of the law of attraction in action is the story of Jim Carrey. Before he became a famous actor, Carrey wrote himself a check for $10 million for acting services rendered and dated it for a few years in the future. He kept this check in his wallet, visualizing his success regularly. Just before the date on the check, he received a movie role that paid him exactly $10 million. Crazy, right?
Yes, so what are you believing and what are you attracting? The law of gender.
The law of gender. This principle asserts that everything in the universe contains both masculine and feminine energies. These energies are not about physical gender but represent different qualities and forces. The masculine energy is often associated with action, logic, and giving, while the feminine energy embodies intuition, nurturing, and receiving. Both energies are essential for creation and balance. The benefits of understanding and applying the law of gender are numerous. It promotes personal growth by encouraging individuals to develop both their active and receptive qualities. This balance leads to greater self-awareness and emotional intelligence.
And that, when you talk about abundance, is being in the flow. We were talking about giving and receiving, and how there are so many people that we know who are so happy to give. And they say, but I'm a terrible receiver. The thing is that if there wasn't anyone to receive what you're giving, then would you be able to give? So the thing is that that's the balance. and to recognize that if there's anything out of balance in your life, start becoming a receiver as well as a giver. Divine oneness.
The law of divine oneness. This is a profound principle that underscores the interconnectedness of all things in the universe. It posits that everything and everyone is part of a unified whole, bound together by a divine essence. This law suggests that every thought, action, and event is linked, and that nothing exists in isolation. To grasp the application of this law, imagine a vast ocean. Each droplet of water is distinct, yet it is also part of the larger body, influencing and being influenced by the entire ocean. Similarly, each individual is a unique expression of the same universal consciousness, and our actions and thoughts ripple out to affect the whole.
And this really has come to mind as there's been world politics that people are focusing on. And how can I, because that's the only place that I can affect, how can I see the oneness and the beauty in this dance? And I may not know what that dance is. I just know that it is divine. The law of polarity.
The law of polarity. This is a universal principle that asserts everything has an opposite, and these opposites are fundamentally connected. This law highlights the existence of dualities in life, such as light and dark, hot and cold, joy and sorrow. Each pair of opposites is part of the same spectrum, and one cannot exist without the other. To apply the law of polarity, consider the concept of growth. Just as plants require both sunlight and rain to flourish, human experiences need both positive and negative aspects to foster growth and resilience. By recognizing and embracing life's contrasts, we can gain a deeper understanding and appreciation of our experiences. A famous quote that embodies the law of polarity comes from the ancient Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu. When people see some things as beautiful, other things become ugly. When people see some things as good, other things become bad. This quote emphasizes how our perception of one quality inherently defines its opposite. The benefits of understanding and applying the law of polarity are significant. It helps us navigate challenges with a balanced perspective, recognizing that difficulties often pave the way for growth and breakthroughs.
I remember when I was in my early 20s and I was running my own business, and I was having a philosophical conversation with someone, and they were having some negative experiences. And long before I had done any of this study, I innately knew this law of polarity. And what I said to her was, then there must be a whole pile of really good just waiting around the corner. Because if you've had all of this stuff, then there must be good coming. Law of vibration.
The law of vibration. This is a foundational principle of the universe that posits everything is in constant motion, vibrating at its unique frequency. This law suggests that every object, thought, emotion, and even atom has its own vibration, and these vibrations influence the reality we experience. To understand how this law is applied, imagine tuning a radio. Each station broadcasts at a specific frequency, and by adjusting the dial, you can tune into the desired station. Similarly, our thoughts and emotions emit vibrations that attract corresponding energies. Positive thoughts and feelings vibrate at higher frequencies and attract positive experiences, while negative thoughts and emotions vibrate at lower frequencies, drawing in negative experiences. A famous quote that encapsulates the essence of the law of vibration comes from Albert Einstein. Everything is energy, and that's all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. It can be no other way. This is not philosophy. This is physics. Have you ever noticed how upbeat and positive people tend to attract similar individuals, while those who are frequently negative seem to draw negativity around them? This is the law of vibration at work. By maintaining a positive outlook and high vibration thoughts, people naturally attract more uplifting experiences and relationships.
And that's why I talk so much about how will it feel when the outcome that you're looking for has occurred. And go to that feeling. Don't worry about how it's going to show up. Be it already. The law of rhythm.
The law of rhythm. This universal principle states that everything in the universe operates in cycles and natural rhythms. Just as the tides ebb and flow, seasons change, and day turns to night, life experiences follow a similar pattern of highs and lows, progressions and regressions. This law highlights the inevitability of change and the importance of recognizing and aligning with these natural cycles. Recognizing these natural cycles fosters patience and perspective, reducing stress during challenging times and enhancing appreciation during positive periods. In essence, the law of rhythm teaches us to flow with the natural cycles of life, understanding that change is constant and inevitable.
You know, someone once said to me that I hate it when someone says, "This too shall pass." The thing is, it's true though. Even if it sounds like a kind of a pacifying comment, that this too shall pass, but it does, if you let it. You have to work really hard at keeping it up. The cause and effect. We know this one really
The
well.
law of cause and effect. This is a fundamental universal principle stating that every action has a corresponding reaction. This means that every thought, decision, and action sets off a chain of events that leads to specific outcomes. In essence, it emphasizes that nothing happens by chance. Everything is a result of a cause. It fosters a sense of responsibility and accountability as individuals recognize that their actions directly impact their lives. This awareness can lead to more thoughtful and intentional behavior, promoting personal and professional growth.
You know, in the years that I've counseled people, there are so many individuals who have said, "I don't know how this happened to me." And yet if they stopped and they really unpacked what was going on and what the thinking was, they saw it coming, chose to ignore it, whether it be a relationship failure, bankruptcy, change of job where you got fired. You know, every one of them had some of your thoughts and signposts along the way. The law of compensation.
The law of compensation. This is a universal principle that states we receive rewards or compensation for the efforts, work, and value we contribute to the world. Essentially, this law ensures that the energy and value we put into our actions will be returned to us in some form, whether it's financial, emotional, or spiritual. To apply the law of compensation, consider the effort you put into a job. If you work diligently and contribute significantly, you're likely to receive appropriate rewards, such as promotions, raises, or recognition. Conversely, minimal effort often results in minimal rewards. The law operates on the principle of exchange, where the value given is matched by the value received.
And what I've found with spirit is that it's exponential, especially when it's good vibrations that you're putting out there. What you get back may not be what you expected to get back, but it's usually 100 times more and in some other area that's really perfect for you. So the law of relativity.
The law of relativity. This principle states that everything is relative and must be understood in comparison to something else. This means that our experiences and perceptions are shaped by their context in comparison to other experiences. What seems significant or trivial often depends on how it is relative to other situations or standards. By recognizing that our perceptions are influenced by relative contexts, we can shift our perspective and better appreciate our achievements.
I don't have anything to add to that. Transmutation of energy. That's a big word. It's a bit like water turning to ice to steam.
The law of perpetual transmutation of energy. This states that energy is constantly moving and changing form, but it cannot be created or destroyed. Instead, it transforms from one state to another. This principle underscores that everything in the universe is in constant flux, and our thoughts and actions can influence these energetic transformations.
And that we're in constant flux and constantly changing. So can you think about somebody in your life who seems to have tried to stay the same, have the same problems for as long as you've known them? That's actually some of the hardest work that anyone will ever do, because that's not natural. What's natural is to change and to evolve and to allow that to happen. And so I actually have grown to really honor and respect someone who's working so hard to keep something exactly the way that it has been. Inspired action.
The law of inspired action. This emphasizes the need to take proactive steps towards our goals, guided by inspiration and intuition. It asserts that while thoughts and desires are important, they must be followed by deliberate action to manifest desired outcomes. It bridges the gap between dreams and results, enhancing personal growth and success.
And that's the fifth principle of unity, is take action. You can sit on your couch forever and ever and pray for something to be resolved, but unless you do something, it's not going to happen. And it's the same as if you're looking for a good relationship. sitting on your couch at home and waiting for that perfect partner to drop through the ceiling and all of a sudden show up next to you isn't normally going to happen. If it does, please let me know. I'd like to know you better because you've got consciousness that, wow. So, what have you come up with in this idea of your responsibility in what it is that you would like to have manifest? Has anything kind of tickled you to say, oh, well, maybe I could be like this, or I could choose to do that? And when you know the truth, as Jesus said, it sets you free. Because then anything is possible. What do you know to be absolutely true? About God, about yourself, about how the universe works? I know for me, and this wasn't the truth before, but it is now, everything always works out for me. So here's a go-to list of truths when you're feeling overwhelmed by circumstances or caught in appearances. And I invite you to make your own list. So I live in an abundant universe. And when I was struggling, people would say, well, look at nature. Like everything in nature, there's more than enough. Even like baby turtles produce so many turtles because not all of them survive. So there is more than enough. I couldn't see it then. I see it now. And when I go into that mode of abundance, then everything is abundant for me. Then, of course, my favorite, everything always works out for me. Here's one. Spirit delights in expressing its limitless supply through me. I don't think spirit delights because it's not a man or a woman or human. But I think that the joy that is spirit is its expansion. And so that is natural. And that it always says yes. It's like gravity. I can say, well, gravity's going to say no today, and I'm going to drop this, but it's not going to say no. And the thing is that spirit doesn't say no either. So maybe you haven't asked calibrated questions. Maybe you've asked for a yes or a no. I'm a spiritual being having a human experience. That took me a while to wrap my head around. Did it for you? I think on some level I knew. But it was when I started to study, it was the Jose Silva method, where I could tap into the consciousness of someone else and see what they were imagining in their mind. I couldn't do anything about it, but I could tap into it. So I came to recognize that you're over there and you look separate from me, but somehow I can connect to that field that is you and me together. Maybe you have some examples of how you know that you're one with everything. I have greatness inside me just waiting to be expressed. I remember a teenager saying that all the time, wondering when it was going to show up. The truth is, the power within you is greater than anything outside of you. Let this list be your reminder of what's true, regardless of outer experiences. So any statement come to mind that you want to just call out, or maybe think of it when we have the microphone for what was your takeaway today. What would be a truth statement that you know is absolutely true for you and it's unchanging? Now these are basically the 5 principles of unity. And they're the 5 truths. God is, I am, I create through my thinking, I follow the guidance and act. And there is a gratitude statement in there too, that you can say, I am grateful. So we've looked at the universe's ideas action is what is required to have a magical life. And the truth or law doesn't change. And it works if I work it.
What was your takeaway today? Anyone?
Well, okay. Is this on?
I have to.
It doesn't sound on.
Okay, sometimes it goes off over here. So. You're good.
These are fancy. Oh, there we go. Okay, well, Bruce isn't here today, so someone's got to take up the slack, right? Hi, Bruce, wherever you are. When you were showing that video, the one that kind of stuck with me was that law of rhythm, because I don't think I'd ever heard it stated that way before. But it tweaked a memory for me when Jane Simmons was our minister. This was a really long time ago. I don't remember what the whole topic was, but she was saying, you know, you have to think of the 23rd Psalm where it says, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. The key phrase is walk through, not pitch a tent and camp there. So anyway, I've walked through that valley recently, and I'm glad to be on the other side. Okay, Lydia here.
I had a few. I can't remember.
Truth statement that you know is true for you? Take the microphone.
One of them, if it's quacks like a duck, it's a duck. So, but everyone hears something different and gets a different message, bad or good. But the very same picture is presented, and how you choose to see if it's the good or the bad. Yeah. Pass it on.
Okay, there we go. Anyone else? It's open. Thank you very much.
So, my takeaways are you asked the question, how do you access ideas to serve the vision you're holding? I find my answer to that is to be still, but it's a stillness when I'm waking up. That is my fertile period when things just come popping into my head, and I know for sure those are the things I need to pay attention to. I'm taking away the phrase, I decline to be discouraged. I love that. And I actually asked a calibrated question this morning without understanding that it was a calibrated question. And it was, how long am I willing to wait? So I tea-dyed some papers, and I had to hurriedly, it was a thick bundle, I had to hurriedly sort them so that they don't dry in one clump. And then I looked at everything, it was spread on different pieces of plastic on the floor, and I thought, how long am I willing to wait for them to dry? So I think when I go home, if nothing's happening, because it's not very sunny today, I'm going to take a hair dryer to them. So that's my calibrated question. Well. Thank you very much, Reverend Ann. So now as we move towards our conscious giving, please remember that if you'd like to support us by way of an e-transfer, that it should be sent to admin@unityspiritualcenter.com. And if you continue to write checks, do write them to Unity Spiritual Center. We will deeply appreciate the correct writing of that. So let us give thanks for that which we're going to share with Unity Spiritual Center by saying the affirmation, Divine love that I am blesses all I give and all I receive.
I sped this up. When upon life's billows you are tempest tossed, when you feel discouraged, thinking all is lost, count your many blessings, name them one by one, and it will amaze you what the Lord has done. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings, see what God has done. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what God has done. When your life seems empty, it is so untrue. There's a mighty presence there inside of you. Miracles take place wherever you may be, proving that God's love is with you constantly. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings, see what God has done. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what God has done. Ooh, yeah. Woo. So amid the conflict, whether great or small, do not be discouraged, God is over all. Count your many blessings, every doubt will fly, and you will be singing as the day goes by. Count your blessings, name them one by one. your blessings, see what God has done. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what God has done. Just count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings, see what God has done. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what God has done. Just count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what God has done. There shall be showers of blessings. Oh, yeah.
And for those of you here, I'm sure you know it's Potluck Sunday today. For those of you at home, I hope you enjoy a really nice lunch. And Unity Kids is next Sunday, so if you have grandchildren or kids that you'd like to bring, please do. And know that we are here to pray with you. Whatever it is that you're having trouble really believing the truth about, know that I can hold that in prayer for you. So let's say this prayer together. This was one I felt we should say today. Spirit is everything seen and unseen. I am one with Spirit. Spirit flows in, as, through, and around me. Spirit is rich. Spirit inspires, sustains, and guides me. I am filled with every right idea to express my financial abundance. I open to ideas for my highest and best. My life is filled with all it needs when I need it for as long as I need it. My good flows to me, through me now. I am grateful, and so it is. What do you think about that one? Pretty powerful, isn't it? So here I am, Candida Rose.
It's a new song. I have faith, I have hope, I have joy, I have laughter, I am peace, I am love, I am light, I am power, I am here, I have life. So here I am. Forever I've been searching from without within, learning to appreciate the wondrous skin I'm in. Finding all these qualities I've hidden for so long. Now it's time to let them loose and share the thing that's long. I have grace, I have hope, I have joy, I have laughter, I am peace, I am love, I am light, I am power, I am here, I have arrived. So here I am. I'm letting spirit sing through me. It's long enough to get the message out there, even though the time's rough. Abundance all around us, there's no need to look too far. One practice is you guiding you, show them who you are. I have faith, I have hope, I have joy, I have laughter, I am peace, I am love, I am light, I am power, I am here, I have life. So here I am. I'm letting spirit sing for me. It's waited long enough to get the message out there, even though the times are rough. Abundance all around us, there's no need to look too far. On track to get you, guiding you, and show us who you are. I have faith, I have hope, I have joy, I have laughter, I am peace. I have faith, I have hope, I have joy, I have laughter, I am peace, I am love, I am light, I am power, I am here, I am right. So I have faith, I have hope, I have joy, I have laughter, I am peace, I am love, I am light, I am power, I am here, I have arrived. So here I am.
That was a fun song. I like it. Maybe we can do it again.
We'll do it again.
So thank you everyone for joining us and joining us online. And please, we are upping our subscribership. I see 1,000. So please subscribe and like our videos and put a comment in the comments section. From what I understand, the algorithm loves that and puts us higher in the search engines. So when people are looking for spiritual information, we show up for them. So we'll see you next week. Bye for now. I love you. I love you.